6.5 years have passed since the Great East Japan earthquake. At the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station, about 6,000 people are working every day for decommissioning of the nuclear reactors. At this time, we will present the great progress made in the process of fuel debris retrieval, contaminated water management, improvement of the work environment on the site, and the state of reconstruction in areas surrounding the site. During this year, large steps have been taken toward fuel debris retrieval. Investigations conducted in each unit have revealed the status in the nuclear primary containment vessel, which had not been known due to high-dose radiation. At Unit 2, a camera was passed through a pipe to inspect the interior, revealing that while the work scaffolds were deformed or lost, unlike those in Unit 5 of similar construction, the structure in the lower part of the reactor pressure vessel in Unit 2 was investigated by passing a camera through a pipe. It was confirmed that, unlike with Unit 5, there was no serious damage. In Unit 1, investigations with robots were conducted to confirm that the inside of the primary containment vessel is less damaged than that in Unit 2. And the work scaffolds are left undistorted. In additional investigations of Unit 1, a camera was hung down into the water to confirm that deposited and fallen objects were present at the bottom. The underwater ROV used for inspecting Unit 3 indicated damage in various apparatuses located under the pressure vessel, situations of the apparatuses and their supports, fallen objects, including parts of the scaffolds in the lower region, and possibly solidified debris around them formed by the molten fuel. During these investigations, there were no significant changes in the dose measurements in the monitoring posts on the site of the power station, showing that they had not affected the environment outside the site. As for the decommissioning efforts, experts have made the following comments.
Well, if I was to use one word, it would be remarkable. It's complex. It's a very challenging environment in which to investigate the circumstances of where the fuel debris is and what the difficulties will be in retrieving it. Against that background, they are making very good progress. Well, one of the things that I saw was the structures that had been put in place to remove the fuel from reactor building 4. And it was done efficiently, effectively, in a remarkably short period of time, and very safely as well. The preparation for removing the fuel from reactor building 3, the spent fuel pool fuel, has gone well. The way in which those have been addressed, the progress that has been achieved, and the dedication, fortitude and expertise of the people involved has been remarkable.
Implementation of contaminated water management is also very important. Contaminated water is produced when the groundwater flowing from the land side mixes with the contaminated water in the building. By building an in-ground frozen soil wall to surround the buildings and taking other countermeasures, the amount of groundwater flowing into the building has been reduced. Furthermore, an iron wall was built on the shore to prevent flow of contaminated water into the sea. Analysis of ocean monitoring confirmed that this measure significantly reduced the concentration of radioactive material in the adjacent sea area. IAEA reported a high level of competence on the Japanese laboratories involved in analyses of radionuclide and marine samples. The work environment on the site has been largely improved. Instead of protective clothing used right after the accident, workers are now able to work with regular work clothes in about 95% of the site area. They can use shower rooms and restaurants and work in an environment that is the same as a regular workplace. About 6.5 years have passed after the accident, and the decommissioning work has been steadily progressing. With the highest priority for safety and utilizing both domestic and overseas wisdom, the Japanese government and TEPCO will continue making joint efforts to achieve a stable status in the plant. All rice made in Fukushima is examined for radioactive materials. Though the standard set by the Japanese government is stricter than the international standards, no rice has failed the examination since 2015. Agricultural and marine products are also examined for radioactive materials before shipment and sales. Products of Fukushima are consumed not only in areas where the evacuation orders were lifted, but all over the country, including major cities such as Tokyo. The air radiation dose rate in Fukushima Prefecture has decreased to almost the same level as that in major cities in the world. As efforts for decontamination continue, evacuation orders are lifted, and people have started to return. The local train, JR Joban Line, is resuming service in segments suspended by the disaster. Fukushima will continue steady efforts to achieve its complete reconstruction. For a bright future.